Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 9 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find the list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter linear functions. The lessons we're going to cover today are point slope form graph and equation, point slope form write an equation, point slope form write an equation from a graph, slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is point slope form graph and equation. Okay, graph this function y minus y1 equals -5 times x minus 2. You have to graph this equation, right? First, let's just understand the equation. The equation is given in point slope form, right? The point slope form of the equation is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1, right? The equation is y minus 1 -5 x minus 2. So x1, y1, x1 is -2, y2 is -1, right? No, not -2, -1. They are 2 actually. X2, x1 is 2. That is 2 and 1, and you have the slope, that is m equals -5, right? So basically you need to use these two things, a point and a slope, and you can make the graph, right? So let me first plot the graph pointer, plot the point on the graph, right? 1, x is 2, y is 1, here is 2, 1. Then you have the slope -5 over 1, right? That means you need to move down 5 units and write 1 unit, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down and 1 right. So here you just have to join these 2 points and make a line. Got it? The point slope form of a line is y2 minus y1 divided equals m x1 y minus y1 equals mx minus x1, right? And the formula is m equals change in y divided by change in x. So you have to compare the equations, right? Then the point x1, y1 is 2 and 1, right? And the slope is -5. Here is the slope 2 and 1. Then you have the slope. You need to move down 5 points because slope is negative, and then 1 right hand side. So move down 5 and move right 1. Just join these points, make a line, and here is your graph ready. Got it? Okay. Let's start with the other example. That is y plus 5 equals 4 times x minus 3. That is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1, right? x1, that is y plus 5 equals 4 x minus 3. So you can write it as y minus 5 equals 4 x minus 3, because in the equation here you have negative sign, right? So x1 is 3 and y1 is -5. And the slope we have is 4, right? First you have to plot the point x is 3 and y is -5. The slope you need to move 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and right 1. So you have 2 points now, just join them and make a straight line. Here is the graph for this line. Got it? Okay, the other example is y equals 1 by 2 x plus 6, right? The equation in point slope form is y minus y1 mx minus x1, right? 1 over 2 x plus 6, right? So you have 0 here, right? And here you have the point is -6 and 0. The slope is 1 over 2, right? So x is -6 and y is 0. That is the point. And then the slope is you need to move up 1 point and right 2 points. So just join these 2 points and make a straight line. Got it? That's how we plot a graph when we are given with the equation in the point slope form, right? For the examples we just did, you can please ask, because for this lesson, you just have the tutorial. Okay, let's just start with the next lesson. You can find the practice question in the textbook. Do as many as you can, right? Let's just start with the next lesson. Okay, the next lesson is that is point slope form written equation. Is a line that includes a point -10, -2, and a slope of 2. What is its equation in point slope form? So now you have to write down the equation in the point slope form, right? You are given the point that is -10 and -2, and you are given the slope. You have to write down the equation in the point. So we know that the equation in the point slope form is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1, right? So the point is this is x1 and this is y1. So you have to do y minus y1. Y minus -2 equals m. Your slope you are given is 2, that is 2, and x minus x1. X1 is already -10. So that is y plus 2 equals 2 times x plus 10. The correct option is y plus 2 equals 2 times x plus 10. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. A line has a slope of -1 by 8 and passes through the point 2, 9. What is its equation in point slope form? So which is the correct option? So you are given the slope that is -1 over 8 and the point you are given is 2, 9. Got it? You have to write down the equation. So x1 is 2, y1 is 9, and the slope is -1 by 8. So which is the correct option? So the y1 is 9. The equation is y minus 9 equals negative 1 over 8 times x minus 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. The correct option is option number 1. Okay, got it. A line has a slope of negative 8 and passes through the point negative 6 and negative 6. What is its equation in point slope form? So which is the correct option? So the which is the correct option? So y minus y1, which is the correct option? That is y minus negative 6 equals negative 8 times x minus 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. A line with a slope of negative 1 by 9 passes through the point negative 2, 3. What is its equation in point slope form? So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? That's option number 1 is the correct option. Y minus 3 equals negative 1 over 9 times x plus 2 is the correct option. Oh yes, negative x y minus 3 equals negative 1 by 9 and x minus 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Our line has a slope of 10 and passes through the point 10, 3. What is its equation in point slope form? So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number yes, 2 is the correct option, right? The slope is 10, the point is 10 and 3, so option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? A line has a slope of negative 1 over 6 and passes through the point 4, 4. What is its equation in point slope form? So, which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option, right? That is y minus 4 equals negative 1 by 6 times x minus 4. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is point slope form. Write an equation from a graph. Let's just start with the lesson. Now we are given with the graph. We have to write down the equation from the graph, right? So we just learned how to make a graph from the equation, right? Today we did earlier today. So you have to use the point slope form of the equation. The point slope form of the equation is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. That means you need two things, the point x1, y1 and the slope. You need to find these two things from the graph. Got it? First thing is the point. Here is the point. That is 900 and the point is negative 600 and 900, right? The other thing you need to find is the slope. So let's just find the slope. Let's make a triangle that is 1 over 3 is the slope. So the equation is y minus 900 equals 1 over 3 times x plus 600. That is the correct option. That is the equation. Got it? The correct option is y minus 900 equals 1 by 3 times x minus 900. Here it is. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Look at this graph. You are given a graph. You have to write down the equation in the point slope form, right? So again, the same thing, you need to find a point and the slope of from the graph. Y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. You need to find a point that is x1, y1 and the slope. So here is the point. That is 10 and x is 10 and y is 30. The other thing is you need to find the slope, right? So the slope would be 1 over 3, right? So you can write down the equation y minus y1 is equal to 1 by 3 times x minus 10. So the correct option is y minus 30 equals 1 by 3 times x minus 10. Got it? The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option, right? Look at this graph. So again, you need to write down the equation in the point slope form. You need to find the two things, the point and the slope. So let's just find the point. The point, here it is. Here is the graph, a point, right? That is 200, x is 200 and y is 300. And the coordinates of this point are, you have the point, now you have to find the slope, right? The slope is 5 divided by 1. So the equation is y minus 300 equals 5 times x minus 200. The correct option is y minus 300 equals 5 times x minus 200. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Look at this graph. Look at this graph. Write down the equation in the point slope form. So which is the correct option? So the correct option is, that is option number 1. Y minus 10 equals negative 5, x minus 20. Option number 1 is the correct option. Look at this graph. What is the equation of line in the point slope form? So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So let me just move on to next point. Next lesson. The next lesson is that is equation. No, that is slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. So we are going to learn how do we find the slopes of the parallel and perpendicular line, right? Parallel lines have the same slope. If two lines are parallel, that means they have exactly same slope, right? The other one is perpendicular lines have the slope that are opposite reciprocal like a over b and negative b over 1. So the slopes also have a product of negative 1. So that means the lines are not parallel because the slopes are 8 by 7 and negative 3 by 5. They are the different slopes. That means the lines are not parallel. Now let's check for the perpendicular line. The slopes are 8 by 7 and negative 3 by 5. They are not the opposite reciprocals. That means the lines are neither parallel and nor perpendicular. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. Line G has a slope of 8 over 9. Line H has a slope of negative 8 over 9. Are line G and H are parallel or perpendicular? So which is the correct option? Parallel line have same slope, right? The slopes are not same. So that means no, the lines are not parallel. The perpendicular lines have these all slopes that are opposite reciprocal. But no, they are not opposite reciprocal, right? So the correct option is neither. They are neither parallel and nor perpendicular. So the correct option is option number C, neither it is. It is neither parallel and nor perpendicular. Line U has a slope of negative 5 by 4. Line V is perpendicular to line U. What is the slope of line V? So the lines are perpendicular, right? So the perpendicular line have the slope that is opposite reciprocal. So the line VU has the slope negative 5 by 4. So opposite reciprocal means the reciprocal is 4 by 5 and that must be with the opposite sign. So that means the slope is 4 over 5. The perpendicular line has the slope 4 over 5. The correct option is 4 over 5. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option. Line C has a slope of 3 by 4. Line D has a slope of 3 over 4. Are the line C and D parallel or perpendicular? So which is the correct option? They have exactly same slopes, right? That means the lines are parallel because the parallel lines have exactly same slope. So the correct option is yes, parallel it is. Option number A is the correct option. The lines are parallel. Line M has a slope of negative 3 by 4. Line N is perpendicular to M. What is the slope of line N? Which is the correct option? perpendicular lines have the opposite reciprocal. Perpendicular lines have the slope that is opposite reciprocal. So the correct option is 3 over 4 over 3 it is, right? The reciprocal is 4 by 3 and the negative reciprocal means that is already negative. So now that is positive. That is 4 over 3. Line S has the slope of 5 by 6. Line T has the slope of negative 6 over 5. Are lines S and T parallel or perpendicular? Lines are perpendicular it is, right? Because the slopes are negative reciprocal. So the lines are perpendicular. Line R has a slope of negative 4 over 5. Line S is parallel to line R. What is the slope of line S, which is the correct option? The slopes are same, right? So the parallel lines have exactly, the lines are parallel. That means they have exactly same slope. So that is negative 4 over 5. Line S has a slope of negative 9 over 4. Line T is perpendicular to S. What is the slope of line T? So which is the correct option? That is 4 over 9. Option number 1 is the correct option. Line D has a slope of 9 over 2. Line E is parallel to line D. What is the slope of line E? So which is the correct option? Parallel lines have exactly same slope, right? So that is 9 by 2. The correct option is option number 1. 9 by 2 it is. Line D has a slope of 7 over 6. Line U has a slope of negative 6 over 7. Are line T and line U parallel or perpendicular? Perpendicular they are. They are perpendicular. Option number B is the correct option. Line B has a slope of negative 7 over C, 3. And line C is parallel to line B. What is the slope of line C? So which is the correct option? That is negative 7 over 3, right? Because parallel lines have exactly same slopes. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 9 math. The chapter we were working on is linear functions. The lessons we have covered today are point slope form, graph an equation, point slope form, write an equation, point slope form, write an equation from a graph, slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that will be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So if you have any questions related to the lessons we have just finished, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all of your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please ask question if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.